Okay, so I'm going to explain the 2-point perspective project that you're expected to complete. So we've already gone over our PowerPoint presentation of step by step, and you should have by now completed the 3 worksheets that you needed to do for practice. For your project, your actual large project, you are going to draw a cityscape, and I'll explain what that is. So our theme for our project is perspective and the use of space, creating the illusion of space. So what that basically means is you're using the element of art space to create the illusion of depth and space, such as 3 dimensions. Your objective: students will create a 2-point perspective drawing of a city. All lines must be drawn with a ruler. That is a major requirement. Horizontal lines must be neat and straight, and receding lines must go to the correct point, so the correct vanishing point. There must be a horizon line and 2 points, one at each end of the paper. So these are requirements, so make sure you guys double check all of this. Here are the state standards, the National Core Art Standards, if you're interested in looking at which ones go for this project. Resources, we're going to look at some images below or to the right for some samples. Project specifications: size 18 by 24 inches. This is the largest paper that I gave you. You're going to use 1 sheet of it for this project. It is really important. That's why I put it ginormous and in red. You must use the 18 by 24 inch paper. Okay. So that's the largest paper I gave you. If you're not sure, use your ruler and measure it. Materials: penciled, colored pencils, markers. You'll also use your ruler and an eraser. Medium, so you're going to outline and pencil, then color with either color pencils or markers. If you have markers and you would like to use them, you may always use them. If you wish to keep it black and white, you must talk to me before it is due. Do not turn it in black and white and then just expect me to take it. If you plan on doing yours in black and white, there are some requirements that I would like for you to meet if you're doing it in black and white. So you must talk to me, okay? So you will have to send me an email if you would like to do it in black and white so I can explain what I want, okay? Images, your project should be planned out. Make sure you guys actually plan this out. You should be able to describe and show how balance is being used. There should be a minimum of 5 buildings being used. Your city does not have to have a theme, but it helps show unity if it does. All drawings must be school appropriate. This means no alcohol, drugs, gangs, or sex related drawings. If you have an inappropriate image in your drawing, it will result in a 0 grade. So this means you cannot have dispensaries, because dispensaries are marijuana, which is still technically a drug. You cannot have tobacco shops. You cannot have bars, even though those things are illegal when you are legal when you are 21. They are not school appropriate. Okay, so please stay away from all of those things in your drawing. Your city should be a nice, clean, non-explicit city. Okay. So here are some key terms for you guys to review: perspective, 2-point perspective, horizon line, vanishing point, receding line or orthogonal lines, horizontal lines, vertical lines, diagonal lines, okay? All the different types of lines. Now, as far as samples go, I do have some samples of drawings for cities here. And here is a basic one. It has a nice curve to it with the buildings. This one is in black and white, and you can see that it's shaded very nicely, which would be one of the requirements if I allow you to do yours in black and white. So even though it is in black and white, it has a lot of depth. It's not just an outline. There's a lot going on. So this city is nice. It doesn't really have anything going on the corners here. They could have made like a side, like a crosswalk here, to show that this was a road or something. This city is absolutely amazing. The points are over here and here. They're kind of covered by a building, which is totally fine. So there's a lot of details in this amazing building with the roads and everything. This is a really fun city. Your city can have a theme. It does not have to. It can just be a city, but it can have like a fun theme. So this is kind of a Halloween fun theme going on here. I love how instead of just leaving it blank like this one, you have a road with a simple sidewalk. It's simple, it's quick to do, but it fills in the space and it balances out and it looks really nice. Here's another themed one. You've got some like Alice in Wonderland going on. So this is a lot of Alice in Wonderland theme. But then you also have like this giant McDonald's cup. So there's like a lot of really neat details in here. This looks like it would be a beach with the water coming up. So nice touches. Some lightning going through the sky with Harry Potter. So this is probably a lot of their favorite shows or books in here. The Deathly Hollow sign is like graffiti. All these little details are just really nice. Here we have another simple city. This one's really nice too because they did do something with this side street. They made the instead of having the sidewalk all the way down to the bottom, they made the sidewalk a little bit higher up so that way they could show the street going by. That's a nice detail. And the way that they did the trees on the corners, the benches, very nicely done, very beautiful. The problem I have with this first one, even though the buildings are nicely drawn, it is very blank, very plain. There's nothing going on around it. So it almost looks like a floating city and it doesn't look like it's finished. So I do have a problem with this one. I love the buildings, but everything else just doesn't bring it together. These ones are complete drawings. They use all the space. Even this one, it's got a little bit of blank on the side, but it doesn't really feel very blank or empty because they've added this sidewalk over here. This one, they have beaches. This one, they have like the sidewalk with the trees and bushes. It was really nice. This one, instead of doing the sidewalk at the very point or up higher like this one does, they actually made it to where the point, that sidewalk is almost off the page. So the vanishing points are still off to the sides, but it's just really nice the way that it looks like it's kind of close up. Really nice buildings. Love these brick textures. The windows, everything is perfectly aligned. Really nice. Nicely colored. Just a simple city, but really great. Like just really well done. And then here we have this really kind of colored city. They were clearly using markers. So it has like this nice theme to it. I love all the colors in the buildings. They're just really bright and bold and vibrant. They've got some really unique shaped buildings, which is a lot of fun. Some nice patterns and textures. So this one was just, it's very interesting. The only problem I have with this one is this side of the sidewalk looks flat. This side of the sidewalk, because they did their lines here going more upward instead of over to the vanishing point, this side of the sidewalk looks like it's rounded, like it's up. And I don't know if that was done on purpose, but it doesn't match the sidewalk on this side. So I do have an issue with the way that the sidewalks are done. And I know that this one is shaded and this one's supposed to be in sun, but the way that they've done the lines, they needed to do them more at an angle towards the vanishing point so it would look like it's on the ground and flat. So these are just some examples of a 2-point perspective city. If you were to go onto Google and you type in 2-point perspective city, you would get hundreds of them. Some of them are very plain and boring. Some of them are just one or two, but these ones are pretty nice. I have also added several videos here for you guys to watch of how to draw 2-point perspective cities. This one is pretty much just a building, not a whole city, but it's a really nice video showing you how you can get creative with the building. This one is like a street for like a house. So it's a house, not a full city, but I felt that the details that they added was really important for you guys to kind of see. So if you wanted to do some details like this, you can add. So you do need to draw a city, which is more like these two up here. The bottom two videos just show you some great ideas for some buildings that you're doing in your city. So I would watch these videos to help you out. There's also hundreds of videos on YouTube, just hundreds and hundreds of 2-point perspective city drawings on YouTube. So I found a couple that I felt were really nice. This one's actually by the Art Academy, which is a college. So I just felt that these ones were really great that will help you out. If you want to find your own on YouTube, that's perfectly fine. If you want to look at your own images and sample drawings, that's fine as well. But these are just the ones that I have for you. So a quick recap. You do need to draw on the large paper, 18 by 24, the largest paper I've given you. It does need to be done with pencil, sketched out with pencil, because you are going to have to erase, your lines and stuff like that. It does need to be in color, unless you have talked with me before. It needs to have a minimum of 5 buildings. Okay. If it has anything less than 5 buildings, I will not consider it a city and you will lose points. You must use a ruler for all of your lines. It must be in 2-point perspective and you must have your 2 points. And it must be a complete drawing. So even though this is a great city and I love the details, like the overhangs and everything, it's very empty. It doesn't feel finished. I would want you to do something in these corners, just like what they did down here. Honestly, a simple sidewalk to show that you have a road. It's simple, it's quick, but it works. Please do not just leave these edges, these corners blank, okay? And that is all for your 2-point perspective city.